Hey, what's up? I'm Dallas Wade, and Merry Christmas. So last year I did a video shouting out 10 of my favorite skeptic YouTubers of the year, and I wanted to do it again this year before the year was over. Now this year I'm going to kind of use the term skeptic a little bit loosely, but these channels are all religious commentators in one sense or another. But they will range from atheists, agnostic, general unbelievers to theists, polytheists, and even a Christian. But no matter what their personal beliefs are, these are all very intelligent, very entertaining, and very educational channels that I think everyone should at least check out. These are all channels that throughout the year have given me a little something extra to look forward to in the afternoons after work, and I just want to give them the recognition that I think they deserve. None of these are very large channels. These channels range from about 60 subscribers all the way up to about 20,000, but they all deserve a lot more, and if I can give them any exposure, I would be more than happy to. I will have the link to all of these channels in the description of this video, so either now or afterwards, make sure you go check them out and subscribe if they look like something you'd be interested in. So without dragging this on anymore, I'm just gonna jump into it. The first channel I want to shout out is Purple Rhymes with Orange. Purple is one of the most valuable and beloved members of this secular religious commentating community. Purple has a live stream that they do about every week, I think. It's called Midnight Mid-America, and they have all sorts of really cool people on their show. I think I've been on a couple times. It's just a lot of fun. It goes on for upwards to, I think, 6 or even longer than that hours. It's a lot of fun too if you have some free time just to drop in and listen, you know, if you're doing something. And you can even engage in the chat or probably get on the stream if you really wanted to. And also, Purple organized a Christmas live stream marathon that's supposed to go on for 32 hours. It's actually going on right now as I'm recording this. And last night I participated for about 2 hours, and it was my first live stream I've ever hosted. It was a whole lot of fun, even though it was difficult to figure out, but after about the first 15 minutes, it all went pretty smoothly, and I mean, it was some of the most fun I've ever had. So also I want to thank all of you guys who jumped in the chat. It was really cool. Purple also has some really good edited videos where he talks about paganism and religion and all sorts of stuff like that. You should definitely go give them some views because they don't have enough. I don't know too many people who are as active or as supportive in this community as Purple is. And if you're not subscribed to Purple, go do that right now. He definitely deserves it. The next channel that I want to shout out is a channel that I actually shouted out last year, and that is Gur Mania. Gur Mania puts out some really good videos about religion, and occasionally he dips into politics. But I have always loved every single video that Gur Mania has put out. He's one of my favorite content creators. He recently took a break for a little while, but I think it was yesterday he actually announced that he was coming back. So that was really, really good news. I think Gur Mania has about 250 subscribers, but he needs a whole lot more. He's an exceptional person and content creator, and he's got a really sarcastic, great sense of humor that you'll really enjoy when you're watching his videos. He's not dry like I am, so you know, go subscribe to him if you think that's something you'd be into. The next channel that I want to shout out is Kell Toy. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Ocean is actually not an atheist, he's a polytheist, which is also why I think I've learned so much from watching his videos, because he approaches topics from a different perspective from what I'm used to hearing. You know, he's not a Christian, but he's not an atheist either. He's extremely brilliant, and he also has an omnipotent beard, which I can't say about anyone else. And even if the omnipotent beard isn't enough to get you to subscribe to him, I think the knowledge and the information and the wisdom that he shares in his videos is enough to get you hooked. I know it got me hooked. I really liked, it was one of his most recent videos where he talks about 10 types of theism. In that video, he also talks about atheism. That video really got my gears turning and made me reconsider the way I use that label. I don't want to talk about it too much because this is a shout out video, but kind of the way he described it is, you know, atheist, that is a general term that people use to describe non-religious people. And it is a practical term, and using that general definition, that colloquial term, I would be labeled an atheist. But he says that the more philosophical definition of the word atheist is someone who does believe that there is no God. And using that, I would not be considered an atheist. I don't want to talk about it too much, but it is a really good video, and I might be butchering it, but you should go watch it for yourself, and I'll probably go watch it again. I'll probably watch it many more times in the future, as I've already watched it several times. But Ocean is extremely extremely brilliant, and his videos are extremely high quality. They're very well produced. If that's something that you're interested in, or if you're just not subscribed to him already, you should definitely go subscribe to him. Another channel that I want to shout out, and also another one that I shouted out last year, is Compelled Unbeliever. I wasn't planning on repeating any of the shout outs that I did last year, but Compelled Unbeliever just doesn't have as much exposure as he deserves. He's one of the chillest and most personal people I've ever encountered on YouTube. He shares very personal and vulnerable stories and experiences from his life. Just his last video, he talks about how him and his girlfriend visited the church that he grew up in, and that was just a very heartfelt, very vulnerable video that I could really relate to too, because not too long ago I visited a few of the churches that I grew up going to. He put those feelings that I had and that he had into words that anyone will be able to picture and feel for themselves. He's very vulnerable, and I admire that, and I think that's something that anyone, whether you're religious or not, you'll be able to understand more so someone in his position, someone who's an ex-Christian. And even if none of that stuff matters to you, he has a really, really dope tapestry that sits in the background of his videos. Not only that, but he also has random animals that'll sometimes be crawling on his shoulders. That's really entertaining. I really like when he brings out his pets, or maybe they're just random animals that live in his house. I don't know, but it's very charming. He's a very charming guy, and I really love his content. If you're not subscribed to him, please go subscribe to him. He's one of the best people on YouTube. He's one of my favorite people that I've ever watched. Another channel that I want to shout out and I think deserves a lot more exposure is the New Stoics. The New Stoics, or Tim, just recently came out as no longer being an atheist, which is very intriguing already. But he discusses philosophy, more specifically he discusses Stoicism, and all sorts of philosophical stuff that is far above my head and my comprehension. But he discusses all of these very intellectual subjects and breaks them down in a way that even someone like myself can understand. His videos cover a wide range of topics, from forgiveness to anger control to what it means to be a Stoic. He's a very wise, very intelligent, very educational person. He's very relaxed, very calm. I really like his channel. I think anyone could get something out of the videos that he puts out. So go check him out and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like that from him. And he's got a huge catalog of videos too, so there's plenty of stuff to binge there. Another one of my favorite content creators is Mill Zebub. Mill Zebub has a catalog of about 250 videos, which is just insane. And he puts out videos very frequently, so even if you binge through all of his stuff, there's going to be new stuff about every week. He has a great series where he interviews all sorts of people that are part of the religious commentator community. And just a few weeks ago, he actually interviewed me, and that was really cool. I really appreciated that. But he interviews a lot of people that I hadn't heard of and I've subscribed to after seeing them on his show. It's really cool. You really get to know people. Even if he's interviewing someone that you already watch, you get to know him a little bit better. He kind of digs into what they believe, what they've experienced, all sorts of stuff. It's a great show. And on top of that, Mill Zebub also has his own edited videos where he talks about religion and religious apologetics, and he's very passionate and very blunt when he's taking down an argument, which is, I think, a very valuable approach in contrast to people who are a little more calm, a little more laid back. I think Mill Zebub is a very necessary, very valuable member of this community. And if you're not already subscribed to him, go subscribe to him. He's actually about to hit 500 subscribers, probably a month before I even do. But that's okay. Just make sure you're subscribed to him because I wish him the best, and I wish his channel to do very well. He's definitely deserved the subscribers he's got, and he deserves many more in the future. Now, the biggest channel I'm going to shout out this year is Prophet of Zod. He has about 25,000 subscribers, but the quality of his content is unmatched by most people who have passed 1 million subscribers. Now, I think one of the best aspects of Prophet of Zod is that he's someone I feel like I could share with a religious person, and they would actually be able to watch his video and probably even understand what he's talking about, and even probably agree with most of the stuff he's saying. Because he's not aggressive or vulgar, he's not loud or sacrilegious sacrilegious. He's very fair. He's very kind. My mom's actually a really big fan of Prophet of Zod. She watches his videos and didn't even know that I had ever interacted with him. But he's a really cool guy. He's really nice. He's left some nice replies to some of my tweets. I really appreciate that. I'm a huge fan of his channel too. I think he's unmatched by most other content creators. And he also has some really funny, really amazing cartoons. My favorite video by anyone throughout the entire year was his Bible quiz show. It had like Ray Comfort and Lee Strobel and Jordan Peterson. It was hilarious. I loved that video. Prophet of Zod is just all around amazing. I would recommend anyone, whether you're a Christian, whether you're any sort of theist, or you're not religious at all, you need to be watching him. You need to be subscribed to him. He's incredible. Now, the next guy that I want to shout out is Say Goodnight Kevin. Now, Kevin doesn't really seem like he fits on this list at first. For one, he's Kevin is a movie reviewer. He reviews Christian movies and talks about other Christian media. But he honestly is a religious commentator. He's an exceptional one at that. Out of all of the atheists and non-believers that reviewed the God's Not Dead series, I think Kevin had the most critical and in-depth review out of all of them. Kevin called out all of the hypocrisy, all of the dishonesty, and the way that the series strawmanned atheists and even Muslims. Kevin is a very fair, very honest guy, and he understands Christians and Christian culture and Christianity more than most of the religious commentators that I watch. Kevin never holds back from calling out Christians for being hypocritical or dishonest or just outright mean to other groups of people. Kevin is very critical in all of the Christian movies and TV shows and other media that he reviews, and I really like him too because I can relate when he's talking about growing up with VeggieTales and Bible Man and homeschooling and even obscure Christian music like 11D7, also known as Jelly Rocks, and then of course YouTube. We had a very similar childhood. He seems like some nerd that I would have gone to homeschool co-op with, and I don't want to make him sound like something he's not. He is a Christian, and I think he is fairly conservative, but more progressive and less bigoted than most Christian conservatives around here. But he definitely is a Christian, and he's not blasphemous or anything like that, but he is critical of Christian hypocrisy. And I think he's a very, very valuable person in the online discourse of religion. I get a lot more out of his videos than I do most other religious commentators, and at the same time, he's extremely entertaining. The editing in his videos, the production is just over the top. And he's got some of the best humor out of any YouTuber that I watch. I'm a really big fan of his channel. I've been watching him ever since I saw him in a Blimey Cow video, seems like 100 years ago. He's a really cool guy, and whether you're an atheist, whether you're non-religious, whether you're a Christian, whatever you are, I think you should go check out his channel, watch some of his videos, and if you like him, you should subscribe. The next channel that I want to shout out is Omo Ebow. I just recently found her channel. I think it was Blue Collar Heathen that suggested her to me. And I was really surprised when I saw that she had less than 100 subscribers. Her content is really good. Her videos are really well thought out. She's very well articulated, and the production of her videos is just outstanding. She's only got about 12 videos right now, but I mean, she's only had this channel for 8 months, so that's pretty good. I've really enjoyed watching her videos, and I've learned a lot too. I think one of my favorite videos was titled "Don't Call Me an Atheist?" ? It was a lot like Kell Toy's video where he talks about 10 types of theism. In Omo Ebow's video, she talks about different types of non-religious labels. You know, there's not just atheist and agnostic, there's actually many more, and there might actually be a label that better suits you than atheist. It's a really good video, very educational. She talked about a lot of stuff and a lot of labels that I hadn't even heard of. She seems to do a lot of research with all of her videos. They're extremely impressive. I expect that if Omo keeps putting out videos over this next year, her channel is really going to blow up because she's exceptional. She's someone that you should be subscribed to. So make sure to go check out her videos and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you'll be notified whenever she uploads. I don't think you'll be disappointed. And she's also really funny. She's a very charming person. I can't recommend her to you enough. And the last channel that I want to shout out, although it's probably not necessary because you've probably heard of him, and if you haven't, I don't know what to say to you, but this last channel I want to shout out is Neil the 604 Atheist. I don't think I really have to say much. He's the coolest guy on YouTube, period. He's probably my favorite channel. And I hate to say this, you know, I don't want to hurt any of you guys' feelings, but he's my favorite person that I've ever met on YouTube. He's so nice. He's funny. He's just the coolest guy that could ever possibly exist. And he has a really good show. It's a live stream he does about 2 times a week. He's actually taking off right now for the holidays, but I can't remember when he's going to be back. It'll be sometime in January, but he has a show where I think it's called like Deconversion Stories, but he has small content creators and some of the biggest content creators on his show, and he asks them questions about their deconversion, their journey away from religion. It's really interesting, and they get to talk about a lot more stuff than just religion. He actually had me on the show just a few months ago, and that was the greatest honor I have ever been given. And after these interviews, he also does an after party, which is probably the best part. I've gotten to be in some of his after parties, and very few times in my life have I had as much fun as I've had in his after show parties. It's just really cool. He gets a lot of really cool people on there, and even if you're not in the show, just watching it or chatting in the chat box, it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of really cool people hanging out with the coolest guy that has ever been birthed. So if you're not subscribed to Neil the 604 Atheist, you need to go do that, because you're not going to be disappointed. But you probably are subscribed to him. Probably everybody here knows about him, but I still wanted to shout him out just because, I don't know, he's just, his channel means a lot to me. It's really special. It's one of the best things on YouTube. It is the best thing on YouTube. So anyway, that's all the shout outs that I've got for today. Remember, the links are in the description of this video, so make sure you go check all of these people out and subscribe to them if you think that's something you'd want to watch. I'll be posting some more videos before the year's over. They're not going to be my regular videos. I'm going to probably just put out some more experimental videos, if I call them that. Just I'm going to try some different stuff between here and January, since most people aren't really watching YouTube right now anyway, since they're off for the holidays. So it's kind of a good time to just put out some random fun stuff. But once we hit January, I'm going to be putting out regular content every week. I'm putting in a lot more time on YouTube, and I will definitely keep doing that in 2020. I know I was kind of scarce in 2019 up until this last quarter, but I've kind of got everything down, and I'm really excited for the next decade. So if you're not subscribed to me, make sure to do that too, and hit that bell icon so you'll be notified when I upload. And if you liked this video, click the like button. And if you want to help all of these content creators grow, make sure to share this video so these people will get more exposure, because they all deserve it. And that's it for today. So thanks for watching. Thanks to all of these content creators for making my year better than it would have been otherwise. And I'll see you guys in the next worship service.